Dear assistants, I'm honored and humbled to be invited among us today to present the work recently conducted in CNES in the hope of limiting meningitis infections and death. I'm going to present an evaluation of organizational and performance indicator of meningitis surveillance program in CNES. Before, I would like to say that meningitis remains serious public health problems with more than 1 million cases annually reported and 135,000 deaths in worldwide. In Morocco, meningitis surveillance program was implemented in 1989. Nevertheless, in CNES in 2016, meningitis causes death still increased to reach 20%. The objective of this study is to evaluate the performance of the meningitis program in CNES, to identify its weakness and to propose measures for its improvement. So we performed a retrospective evaluative analysis targeting all cases of meningitis reported in CNES between 2012 and 2016. Several performance indicators of meningitis were reported, like the meningitis incidence and lethality according to the infectious agent, proportion of lumbar puncture performed within the first 24 hours of admission, delay between admission and lumbar puncture, delay between admission and declaration, and delay between declaration and investigation. All data were analyzed using API-Info version 7. So, in the prefecture of CNES, during the period of the study, 207 cases were reported, and 63% was bacterial meningitis. When analyzing data, it's striking to notice that 59% of this bacterial meningitis were only presumed. And when we have non-undergone biological confirmation, confirmed meningococcal meningitis is predominant, representing 24%. However, 53% of this confirmed meningococcal meningitis were not serotyping. And when serotype was performed, serotype W135 is predominant, representing 34%, following by serotype A and B with 6% each. During the period of the study, the incidence of meningitis had remained stable, with an average incidence of 5 cases per 100,000 population. More specifically, 2016 witnessed a surge in pneumococcal meningitis. However, all other forms of meningitis remain stable, except in increased peak of meningococcal meningitis in 2015. The investigation of 2016 pneumococcal meningitis revealed that many newborns that were not vaccinated or did not complete their vaccination program was infected. Despite all the preventive measures implemented by the Health Ministry of Morocco, the lethality rate of meningitis still increased in CNES to reach 20% in 2016. The average lethality during the period of study was 15%, well above the national objective was 6% or low. As comparison with national level, the lethality rate of meningitis was 12% in 2015. Donc, analysis of the organizational indicator of meningitis program show that the proportion of lumbar puncture within the first 24 hours of admission was 72%. The delay between admission and lumbar puncture was 1 day, and the delay between admission and declaration was 3 days. But the delay between declaration and investigation was only 2 hours. In discussion, the low percentage of serotyping of meningococcal meningitis cases, which could be explained by the break of stock regions and soluble antigen packs that can last several months, the increase of the incidence of pneumococcal meningitis in 2016 could be explained by the newborn that did not vaccination or did not complete their vaccination program, and for adults by their not vaccination because the pneumococcal vaccination was only implemented in 2010. The long delay between admission and declaration could be explained by the cases initially hospitalized in other provinces and the long delay to perform biological confirmation. In conclusion, this study highlights the importance of meningococcal meningitis in the prefecture of Meknès. However, we have a low percentage of meningococcal meningitis serotyping and the low percentage of confirmation of meningococcal meningitis. After this study, some recommendation can be like to consolidate the current achievements of the prefectural epidemiology cell, to educate the laboratory staff on the importance of biological confirmation and serotyping of meningococcal meningitis to better tackle these infections. Enforce member pector sampling within 24 hours of admission for any suspected cases of meningitis according to the good clinical practice guideline, and to ensure availability of stock region to perform biological confirmation testing and serotyping. Thank you so much.
Thank you very much, Turia, for presenting interesting data and in less than indicated time. So we have now time for the discussion. Please, it's Nada.
Thank you very much for the presentation. So I would like to know more about your vaccination calendar for immunization. So you include meningococcal vaccine. Do you also include Haemophilus influenzae in the vaccination program? So what pathogens are in your calendar for vaccination?
D'accord, donc c'est-à-dire le calendrier vaccinal, c'est ça? Oh, yeah. We have 3 doses of vaccination. One in the 2 months after this, both. Là, both. Donc on a 3 doses de vaccination. La première. Oui, exactement. Donc on a pour le pneumocoque, et un autre vaccin contre l'hémophilus.
Je crois que c'est entendu. Hémophilus et pneumocoque. Mais pneumocoque, quel sérotype?
L'hémophilus B.
Pneumocoque et méningocoque, excusez-moi.
Pneumocoque, non, juste pneumocoque.
Et pour la méningite, c'est AC et W. AC and W. Yeah, for the meningocoque, it's AC and W. I didn't know if I said it in English or in French. Excusez-moi.
Other questions, please, or Fernando?
Yes, I have a question. Well, first, thank you very much for the presentation, very interesting, and it shows, and just by chance, related with the same disease, another way of using surveillance data for a different context with the same disease. First was in the context of an outbreak, now it's a context of routine surveillance for several years, and I think that's very important. I have a couple of questions. Do you plan, after having these results, do you plan to improve your laboratory capacities? Because I guess it's important to know if your meningitis cases match the vaccines you are having, or they are because of a different serotype, for instance, for meningococcal. That could be a key point. And you didn't mention anything about contact tracing and prophylaxis. Is it part of your activities following surveillance results or results of your surveillance system?
Donc, en français,
excusez-moi, en français. Il y a des points que je crois que sont importants. D'abord, vous envisagez d'augmenter votre capacité de laboratoire pour savoir si la méningite que vous en avez corrélation bien avec les sérotypes ou les vaccinations que vous faites. Et après, vous n'avez rien dit à propos des contacts. Et si vous faites la prophylaxie, la suivi
on fait systématiquement donc la chimioprophylaxie, la vaccination devant tout cas suspect de méningite à méningocoque. Donc ça se fait systématiquement. Donc c'est pour ça que j'ai dit qu'il était très important de consolider les acquis concernant donc les activités faites au niveau de la cellule préfectorale d'épidémiologie de Meknès. Ça inclut donc la vaccination, la chimioprophylaxie, tout ce qui va avec.
Et pour la capacité de laboratoire?
Donc là, ce qui est important, il y a le manque des réactifs et des antigènes. C'est pour ça qu'il y a toujours ce stock en réactifs qui est On est toujours en rupture de stock. Et ça dure plusieurs mois. Jusqu'à la fin de l'année, on reçoit les...
She's just saying, yes, of course they are doing contact tracing and prophylaxis, and that's part of the program, and that they have still stock problems with the reagents for meningococcal tests. I guess this data will be used for pushing the government to buy them, I guess.
Yeah.
Okay, thank you very much.
Thank you. I have one question.